Hello, so today I'll show you how to start rug tufting. I've been rug tufting for a few years now, ever since COVID. I actually started off with punch needle, and so every single loop I had to hand punch to get the desired design that I wanted. But nowadays I've invested a lot of time and money into this hobby, and so today I'll be working with this butterfly, and hopefully you can get some tips and tricks on how to start rug tufting yourself. So first, let's get started with some items that you may need. Some important material are a frame, a stretching frame, tufting fabric. You move over here, tufting gun. These are kind of expensive, but they're part of the process, so you'll need one of these, and of course plenty of yarn. So some other items that you might need are glue adhesive, scissors, obviously, hot glue gun, twill tape, and lots of other little tools along the way. So let's get started with step one. Step one, you'll need to stretch your fabric onto the frame. My frame's a 30 by 30, and as you can see here, I'm in my dorm and I'm starting to stretch the frame. You need to make sure that it's really tight so none of the yarn slips out. Step two, pick a design. I mean, this could be step one as well, but with this process, I usually make it second, because I already have my frame stretched beforehand. Now in my dorm I have a little small projector, and I hook that up with my laptop. So I find a design online or a design I've made, and you have to make sure that you flip it because you're working on the back of the frame. So in the finished product, it's not, the design isn't backwards from when you look at it on the ground. With this step, I like to project and trace. I know a lot of people, I'm really against tracing, but for a lot of these designs, you know, it's easier just to trace and get on your own. I used to print out templates on paper and then use that from there when I used to hand punch, but I've invested in a projector. So projector isn't needed, but it sure does make the process a lot faster. Next is to bring out the rug gun. Now, there's lots of videos online about rug tufting techniques and safety how-tos. I won't dive too much into it, but as you can see in the video, it's very meticulous, and but it's a very important tool for this. Without it, you'll be doing it by hand like I did, which is nothing wrong with it. It just takes from months to a week to finish a rug. So it's up to you whether you want to really invest in it. Now, you can load the yarn. You need 2-ply yarn. I usually make my own 2-ply yarn with a hand crank, as you see here. And again, that was another investment of mine I thought I would benefit from. And with that, you can load the gun up and start tufting. Once you're done tufting and you've got your design, next is to glue it down. So to make sure that the rug doesn't fall apart when in use, or even a lot of people, some of my clients have hung them up on the wall because they feel that that's better, but you know, it's a rug. It's meant to be stepped on or to be used on the floor. So with that, I use Robert's 3095. It's very it's a very heavy duty paste, and then before it dries, I put the rug backing on top of it, so when it dries all together, it's stuck. This glue I glue outside because it's pretty smelly, and when it does dry, it stinks up the room a bit. Even for someone like me who has used it for a while, it still bugs me. And I'm sure there's other glues to use, but this is the one I've been using for a bit because of how heavy duty it is. So once you've waited 24 hours, it doesn't really have to be 24 hours. I usually just do it overnight, but it takes about a day to really get the smell out and such. You want to cut around the frame, or cut around the rug. I cut about 1 inch or 2 around the actual rug design, and you'll see why here in a second. But before that, usually on this step, after I cut it out, I like to shave, shape, and carve. And again, there's a few videos on techniques. I skipped this step because of my situation here. I'm in my dorm, and it gets a bit messy and such. I have a razor and some good scissors, and this process takes probably the longest for your desired effect. It's my least favorite step, is because you're done with the rug, but you do want to make it look nice, but it's up to you really. If you want a shag carpet looking rug, I wouldn't even touch it after you glue it. But in this case, some of the lines you can make pop out, especially black on white, or for this butterfly design, you can really differentiate the black and the white, and then the blue from the black and such. But for this sake, I did not do this. So the last step is to finish the backing of the rug. I have a hot glue gun with me, and I usually just fold around the edges, as you can kind of see here. So I need to fold glue underneath the rug, and then after I add twill tape to the back, so it's really heavy duty, and that also takes 2 gluing. So I have to glue all the way here and then glue all the way on the inside to make a really good, strong finished product like this. So after that, I hope you're satisfied with your rug, and it will last you a long time. I know a lot of people ask me about like cleaning the rug after. Vacuuming works very good, but if you really need a deep clean, you don't want to throw this in the wash. It's not a very good idea, as this is like a value yarn, and some of the glue in the backing isn't meant for that. What I've heard online, and I haven't really tried it myself, and I should, is like a pet vac. I don't have a pet, so I don't plan on going out and getting one, but none of my rugs are old enough to, or in use enough to really get dirty, that I can't get out with a vacuum. So that's something to keep in mind. So with this information, I hope you can take it home with you and try it for yourself. So thank you for watching. As I've said, I've done rugs for a few years now, and I've even started my own sort of business as a Rug Records Co. I've been posting some of my stuff on Instagram, as well as a little website that I've with my hand punched rugs. So it's not a plug, but you could check it out if you'd like.